They're the liberal rednecks. They like cornbread and butt sex. They care way too much but don't give a fuck. They're the liberal rednecks that makes some people upset, but they got 3 big old dicks that you can suck.
Drew, you look a little boy.
Not if I do this.
No, that kind of that looks like a little boy when someone says, "Did you just go in there and jack off?" No.
It's
Well,
that.
he said it looked like my neck is made out of butts.
What made you decide to shave?
I do it, once a year as a humbling ritual to just remind myself of just how fucking disgustingly ugly I am.
It's so funny you say that because I've been told that, like, so when Britney Spears had her 2007, like she probably had, she's one of them people that just had like such a famous year. It was like her psychotic break or whatever, and she shaved her head. And I've since learned that like that's like a pretty common thing among of people that when they start kind of losing grip on reality, I guess it's like a control thing. Like they'll shave their head. Well, I can't. That's not a thing I can do. Yet I have psychotic breaks all the time, and I constantly will almost shave my face, and then I will remember, or Trae will have just sent me a picture of me from like 4 or 5 years ago, and I'll remember, so I can't do it. But like, you look fine. But yeah, if I was to do what you just did, oh my god, dude, I wouldn't even have the video turned on this podcast right now.
Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I thought about wearing a mask and then telling y'all I had to keep the computer clean for Andy.
Yeah.
But then I was like, it ain't that bad. But here's what's weird. Like, that, my brother is way fatter than me, and he don't have that. Like, I don't know what that is. Like, that's just hate or something.
It's just genetic turkey neck. You got that turkey neck
I
gene.
thought turkey neck came in your 50s and 60s. Am I wrong?
I mean,
well, you got early onset.
I got EOT, man.
Yeah.
Dude, we three specifically, we jinx with the most specific things in the world. Like who else on earth would ever say the phrase early onset turkey neck?
I don't know, but Andy heard me say turkey neck and then heard me say EOT and knew what it was. And
yeah.
I'm laughing just from that.
I'm just thinking about how funny the memes on conservative Twitter would be if there was a screenshot of you unironically doing a podcast wearing a mask, like on a Zoom. Like how much they would be like, are y'all fucking serious? Are you seeing this right now? Yeah.
Well, she don't need to use the computer, or I probably would have needed to do that. Although I'm in the home stretch. So far she hasn't gotten it, knock on wood. So I think we're good.
Yeah. How are you going to know that you're good?
Well, I mean, the rule or whatever from the CDC is that after 10 days, as long as your cough and fever have gone away, then you're no longer contagious 99% of the time.
All right.
And all that's already gone away.
Well, how bad was it?
It was pretty bad. Monday night and Wednesday night, I was probably as sick as I've ever been. But unlike with like the flu or a sinus infection, it would come in waves. Like I'd feel like shit, and then like an hour later, I'd feel like mediocre or whatever. And then it started to lessen. At this point, I feel normal physically. Mentally, I'm a little foggy. I feel like that gets better every day. And I'm just kind of, I wouldn't even say depressed, like down, like heavy. It's a strange feeling that I cannot describe. Nothing sounds bad, but nothing sounds good. I feel very
this is a chicken or egg thing right here, huh?
Well, it's different though. I mean, I hear you, but it's not my normal whatever. It's
yeah, like your brand of mental anguish, and this is different.
Ain't the normal void. I'm in a new void.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And that's strange. And then the confusion thing is subsiding, but that's been very frustrating in terms of trying to, work or do anything creatively.
Yeah, how much of this is COVID and how much of this is that slant pass from, 10 years ago?
You see that turkey neck, like I'm getting older. It could be anything, man.
Yeah.
Well, I must know about the smell and taste part of it all.
Yeah.
That's obviously what I'm worried the most about.
For sure. Just kill me.
Not being able to taste cheese dip.
Trae, Well, we'll get to that in a minute. I think I have Delta. Like it seems very likely in terms of it breaking through my vax, and I didn't get hardly any taste or smell issues. And they say that that's like means you have Delta.
Oh, so the taste and smell stuff, that's old COVID.
That's old
That's-
COVID,
Yeah.
not new COVID.
That's base version COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because new COVID is worse in like all regards, right? Because I mean,
More
it's
people
taking young
get it.
motherfuckers.
It's taking young motherfuckers. More people get it, and yeah, I think it's more deadly. But I don't know if we know that for sure. You know.
All I know is that I have like a way better feeling about the vaccine that you're not dead because of how much like you don't hit otherwise.
Yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like as much as I've heard about COVID, it's like, oh god damn, if Drew gets it, like that's it. He's
Yeah,
done. Like his
blood
heart will
clots,
explode.
asthma, and a heart issue that may be healed. I don't know. I went and got that infusion of antibodies because of all the stuff you're talking about. And that's supposed to be kind of a miracle drug. It's the one that saved Trump's life. So, honestly, I would rather be dead than that exist. Being at the hospital was surreal, boys. Now, that was so look, the way that stuff works, like apparently in Tennessee, you can just rock up to a fucking parking lot and get it right now because so many motherfuckers are dying because they refuse to take the vaccine.
Walk up to a parking lot and get what?
The antibody.
Oh, the okay, yeah.
Monoclonal antibodies.
Okay.
But out here, they didn't get as big of a shipment from the feds because it's kind of an experimental thing, right? So it's in less places. So I had to go to this one specific hospital, and I'm on like very poor person insurance right now because my insurance re-upped when I had been kicked off unemployment, and I just got free health care from California. So I'm saying all that to say I'm at this like not that nice hospital with my shitty health care. And obviously, we all know that healthcare for poor people in this country is not great. But man, it's surreal to hear someone be like, "I'm pregnant and I'm having something going on with my stomach, so I came to the emergency room. I'm scared. I don't know what to do." And then 4 feet from her, a dude is out loud saying, "I have COVID and a heart issue, and so they told me to come here."
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
And then they just all hang out in the same waiting room.
Was it like lines out the door? You were there for a whole day, like a whole day at a time, that type of shit?
It ain't out the door, but I was there. I waited for like 2 or 3 hours. Now, what I needed was very specific. They put me in a hallway. That was surreal. I'm just in a hallway. There's other people there. Everyone's talking. We all have COVID. We're the COVID wing or whatever, And I was worried about some of those people. Some of those people weren't vaxxed. Some of them were talking about wasn't good. You hear a motherfucker in broken English say, "I have heart problem, COVID." It's like,
mm-hmm. But then there's there's that, and then there's the whole tier up of the ICU where some motherfuckers are, and there's like, I don't know how it is in California. I mean, truth be told, I don't know how it is down here. I only know what I've been told. But it's like, yeah, man, there's some places that like there's literally just there's not a bed like there,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Out here is supposedly not as bad as it has been. Like a big part of the Gavin Newsom recall campaign is that he has handled it well. Whether or not that's true and towards him or not, or if it's just that everybody out here actually got vaccinated, I don't know. But I know that our latest spike is lower, and I know that from a campaign ad. I probably should have looked into it since it was a campaign ad.
Now that you've got COVID, I don't think you have to do research anymore.
I don't think I have to do anything.
You know what I mean? Like
rad.
Everything you do is like, pretty. It's like, oh, well, this is at least good anecdotal evidence. He had it. I don't think you have to read.
No. Are your lips orange?
Yeah. I've been drinking Kool-Aid.
Okay. I thought maybe the mic was somehow reflecting.
Have been, still am. I got this I went and grabbed the straw because I was like, I think my lips are getting a little orange, but maybe they won't be able to tell.
Well,
I have Kool-Aid COVID. It turns your lips orange.
I guess if people are just now listening and they listened last week, I said I didn't have COVID. So let me explain. I was told I didn't have COVID. I was diagnosed with a sinus infection. I told y'all it was the flu because I was confused, and they told me I didn't have the flu. And by the time I got home, I had flipped in my brain that I did have the flu. They gave me an antibiotic and a steroid shot. That steroid made me feel better. to the point that they say you don't have COVID, and I feel better the next day. I go, oh, I don't have COVID. I flew across the country. I blew out birthday candles at my parents' house, and then everyone in my family ate the fucking birthday candles. Yeah, with COVID.
Shoo, ate that COVID cake.
Ate the shit out of that COVID. By the way, nobody's got it. Everybody's good.
That's the power of the Lord.
Now, Andy
It is the power.
Up. Everybody, they already had it once.
Yeah.
Flu. This kid who was sitting beside me was supposed to go to Bonnaroo like me. I mean, that was the thing. Bonnaroo got canceled, and I got diagnosed with COVID on my birthday.
Yeah, it's pretty Raven. I haven't. It's funny now that you say all that out loud and really condense it like my favorite soups. It's just fucking tremendous.
Well, then flew across country to go to a different music festival. We got tickets to that one, and then I found out I had COVID.
I didn't know one man could be a super spreader.
Yeah, I know, man. Well, okay, that's what I was going to say. This kid beside me on the plane started following me on Instagram. He was going to go to Bonnaroo too. I messaged him like, hey, dude, I think you have a right to know. Turns out I have fucking COVID. Just hasn't replied. Far as I know, I did kill that kid.
Ooh. But yeah, no, see, but no, so I mean,
him at ball games. So if he's killing everybody in LA, is what he's doing.
But I mean, yeah, important to note that, like, yeah, you definitely 100% did not know at all, and in fact, we're told that you did not have it.
Even though I was told I did not have it, if that fucking miracle steroid hadn't made me feel the best I've felt in years, that I was like, oh, they were correct. The doctor was correct, but I still feel guilty because, you know, they say if you have symptoms, don't fly at all, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And I guess that's a lesson. Like, take that shit seriously, boys.
Well, at least you're not dying now.
Yeah, I feel all right now. I'm just a little sad, so it's pretty much an improvement.
Is that a symptom, you think? Sadness?
Well, this particular weird malaise I'm under it might just be a symptom of lying in bed for 4 straight days.
Well, yeah, because you're the type of dude that has to be like, I mean, you were supposed to have just been at 2 music festivals, so
right.
Yeah,
so it could be that, but it's weird. I don't want to like be a Debbie Downer, but like this is the strangest I've ever felt mentally. It's not the worst, but it is the strangest I've ever because the confusion on top of the weird heaviness, that's starting to subside. But there's been a few phone conversations where I'm genuinely like, I don't even know who the fuck I'm on the phone with right now.
I've almost laughed because I feel like that's happened to you before, but
when I got hit in the head, though, I knew why.
Yeah, no, I know. It's just so like literally all the symptoms of COVID are just things you kind of already had, and now it's just gonna make it worse. Mm-hmm. Like it's just raving as shit. Is all it is.
Have I forgotten that I have a bad memory?
It'd be so vague. We're like we've already done this for 12 minutes on the podcast before, and we're just doing it for the second time. And me and Trae aren't saying anything to you.
Trae's just sitting there looking at me like, "Is it a bit?" It's like that time I left you in Colorado, and he wasn't sure if I was committing.
Yeah. But hell, you'll be all right.
Yeah.
Trae, you've been real quiet.
I know. I just don't know what to say about all this.
He don't care.
I'm glad he's all right. No, I mean,
Trae's text story where now what about the tour? And then on a separate thread, 30 minutes later, okay, but for real, what about the tour?
Well, I mean, shit.
No, I know.
I woke up from a nap and I had 2, but for real,
no,
what about the
I mean,
tour?
yeah.
Well, I mean,
that was an hour in. You could have waited a day.
Well, I didn't know the whole timeline of events. I just want to know what this meant for the tour. Well, I just, if you weren't going to be able to come, or if you were like, oh, hell, I'll be there, it'll be fine, with no, facts and shit back.
That is also funny in hindsight, but I get it.
I was just
Drew being like, hey, I've got COVID, and Trae's like, all right, so
he also he had already told us that he flew across the country, blew out birthday candles, all that stuff. Like he'd already said all that, and so then I'm like, well, you're not going to, are you going to just blow them all over the mic and shit too? Like, it's a reasonable question in that context, I think, but I do apologize.
No, it definitely is a reasonable question. It's just
also it's like I know he's vaccinated and shit. It's like he ain't gonna die.
No, he's not. Drew, please don't be the one that ruins the whole. Hey, as long as you get vaccinated, you'll die argument for us. You would. you would die with the vaccine just so that we look like assholes.
And fucking Bryson Turner. I mean, it was an old guy, but his wife's grandfather vaccinated and passed. I mean, he was old, but
Yeah, it definitely has happened. I've heard of it happening too, but in the times that I've heard about it, it was like an old person or whatever.
Right.
I mean, obviously that still don't
Still
hit,
sucks,
but
of
I'm
course.
saying like a vaccinated person in their 30s getting it and dying would like just be the pinnacle of not hitting.
Yeah, there was just a 24-year-old like right up the road from me, 24, coach, basketball coach, still like just played college ball. So it's not one of those like, oh, he was 24, but he had an AFib and blah, those that like literal pinnacle of health, just died. Now the article did not say whether or not they were vaccinated, which right. I feel like no matter
up the road from you said.
Yeah, right. And
he
again,
was of the chalky persuasion.
Yeah,
Yes,
I just
like
have.
us.
Yeah. I just have to
what did he
assume.
teach? Was it PE?
Oh no, he was a shorter college. But either way, like, dude, either. Well, I'll tell you this. Okay, I'll tell you one more thing. In every article I read, because I was definitely digging, trying to find. Did someone link a thing where he tweeted, "It's bullshit"? Like, I just know how this goes, and I don't know that. But I will say, in every single article, there was some mention of his family saying, "Well, it doesn't matter because knowing Jesus Christ, we will see him again." So I do have my theories.
Oh yeah.
So I do. So I do have my
I have to go
theories.
turn off.
Yeah.
But
Here's one for COVID brain. I have to go turn off the alarm I set to do this podcast.
That's okay. And for the record, I'm not laughing at a human being's death. That sucks. I hope all his friends are okay, and I wish him well. But I'm just saying, it's almost like there's no way this dude was vaccinated. You know what I'm saying? 24 years old, basketball player. There's almost no way he wasn't vaccinated. And we're starting to hear about it in this, because like before, when COVID was just starting, when it was fresh out the gate, when it was new, like it was like, well, yeah, this person died of COVID, but look at them. They were 75 years old. They were diabetic. They smoked all the time. And that was the excuse everybody was using. And I would always hear that and be like, look, I hear you. I'm not saying this motherfucker was doing themselves any favors, but there's plenty of people that are exactly how you just described.
Yeah.
And had they not got COVID, would still be alive right now. Therefore, like if that guy got hit by a car, should we not arrest the person that was driving drunk? Because hell, what do you expect? He's 70. He didn't have much longer anyways. But now you can't, like, again, 24-year-olds are dropping. Like, I just don't know at this point, like, what it's going to take for some people to be like, yeah, dude, politics ain't got shit to do with this. Like, it's just the right move. Like, we should just do it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's like, I agree. It seems likely that dude's unvaccinated. But even with that at 24, it's like, like you said, when COVID was new, that wasn't supposed to be a thing. It's possible. I mean, I've told y'all the story before. I'm not going to get into the whole story right now, but I had a buddy that I grew up with who was a college football player who was like, and seemed to be in peak physical condition.
Right.
And in great health. And he had a heart problem that nobody ever knew about and died from it out of nowhere. So it's possible that dude had some kind of other shit going on.
Of course. And that's why I feel bad for even speculating, honestly.
Right.
Well, but in terms
also,
of
I'm hearing myself. Sorry.
No, that might be my fault.
Issue. I'm hearing an echo of myself.
In terms of whether
What about
we'll
now?
get to that
What about
point
now?
where
I think it's better now. Okay. Sorry.
It's okay. I think we've jumped the shark on everything is political now. I think what
Right.
happened, here's my little theory on it. You know how white people take stuff and ruin it? Even from other white people, even from like poor white people. It's like they just take a thing and they make it shitty. Country music, rap, yoga. You know what I mean? I think identity politics is added to that list. I think that once white people got a hold of identity politics, they made everything their political identity.
Right.
And they can't back down from that. I don't think they will ever be able to say, no, it's fine to get the vaccine. I was wrong. Because it's like, it's who they are now. It's like a big part of who they are. Like, you see this video of this lady coughing on people at a Nebraska grocery store?
No.
It's like
Jesus.
it's who they are. Like,
Jesus.
you know what I mean? It's
Wait.
like it's just like the flag and the troops, and also fuck a mask and I'll cough on you. It's all wrapped up in one. Like we'll never be
Jesus.
able to forgive them for killing our mamas, and they're not going to forgive us for being right about this.
That's like, it's so funny too, because like there are so many people that will see that and be like, that lady has a right to cough on people, as if that was true before COVID. As if before COVID you could just walk around coughing on people and everybody be like, who cares? It's
This is America. That's what you
Yeah.
do.
Man,
We
I'd
cough on
killed her.
people here. You know what's
Speaking
an
of killing
even?
women, there's a great episode of Bubba Shot the Podcast out right now.
I was about to bring up Bubba Shot the Podcast too, in another, just in a roundabout way. Make sure you listen to that or keep listening to it. And on that note, that lady coughing on people in Walmart or whatever is almost as bad as, but not quite as bad as this country song I heard the other night while watching college football. And I know at this point it's almost hack of us to bitch about pop country music, but this one I don't ever listen to it ever because I don't like it. But every time it feels like every time I get like accidentally exposed to it again, it feels like it's just getting even, like I'm always even more blown away by how terrible it sounds to me. And this was another example of that. So we can't play the song or whatever, but it's
Can we not?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I mean,
right?
not if you want to monetize this, because I got Trae. I couldn't monetize Bubba because we watched
Oh,
so
yeah.
much of the video.
I mean, I can cut it the fuck out. I'm just worried because I didn't actually get to see this song the other night when you shared it.
Before you do, Corey, let me warn you, Bader Meinhof, or whatever the fuck that word is.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I know, I've never noticed this fucking song. Trae sent us that, and I've heard it 5 goddamn times.
Oh, no.
One thing.
What's it called? Let me look it up.
It's called Fancy Like by this dude, Walker Hayes, right? And so here's how you probably will hear it all over the place because it's football season now. I watch football live, which means I will now see commercials. That's how I heard it. I saw a commercial. And this song is in an Applebee's commercial that they're playing all the time in football games. So you'll hear it soon probably. So that's how I heard it. This Applebee's commercial comes on. Never heard this before. And this song starts playing, and it's like this dude, he sounds like, you can tell 100% that he's a white guy, but he's got this almost like rap cadence going on, but it's really, really, really bad.
Yeah,
and it's an Applebee's commercial, so like none of this seems out of place.
Right.
It sounds like Macklemore in a $60,000 truck that's real clean.
Yeah, like it start like, so it's an Applebee's commercial, and the lyrics he goes like, he's like, yeah, we fancy like Applebee's on a date night. Got that Bourbon Street steak with the Oreo shake. Get some whipped cream on the top two straws, one checks. Girl, I got you. Bougie like Natty in the styrofoam. Squeaking. And around this time, so up until this point, I genuinely believe that Applebee's has commissioned some sort of terrible white rapper to do a rap song for their commercial. That's what I think has happened. And then he gets to this part of the song where he's like, squeaking in the truck bed all the way home. Some Alabama jamma, she my Dixieland delight. And that's how we do, we fancy like. And at that point, I realized, I was like, oh my God, this is a country song. I was like, this isn't just an abomination of a rap song. Like, this is what is considered a country song now. And I still thought it was an Applebee's ad commissioned by Applebee's. And so I was like, you can't listen. Applebee's is fucking Applebee's. If they're going to commission an original pop country song, it is not fair to be like, that Applebee's song sucks.
Didn't hit, right.
Of course it fucking sucks. It was commissioned by Applebee's. But I Googled it, and that is not at all the case. It is a massive hit pop country song that people love unironically, that Applebee's then took and put on a commercial because it mentions Applebee's in the song. And fucking ain't that America?
Okay, well,
it does not hit.
I'll take this part out because of what Drew said, but I have to fucking listen to this shit right now so that we can talk about it. Because I know what you're saying, but I can't really comment. Can y'all see it? Can y'all see this?
I can see it.
Oh, we can see it. He looks like an ad for.
Okay, tell me if you can hear it. Can you hear it?
Hang on. I don't hear it.
Son of a
that's
bitch.
fine.
How do
You
I?
can hear it.
Yeah.
You can hear it.
Okay, you know what? That's what I'll just listen to it.
I'm more than fine with not.
Okay,
hearing
I'll
it,
just
but-
listen to it real quick, and y'all can watch me react to it in real time, and then that's actually makes sense. Now we can monetize it if y'all can't hear it.
That's true. Yeah.
Fucking Hacklemore.
And see, he's doing little. He's like it's cutting.
He's doing the
between-
finger guns.
It's cutting between.
But he's
him
doing it.
Oh
like
my
he's a rap.
god,
It's cutting between him fishing and him doing like rap hands. Like
bro!
it's just going back and forth. Look, rap hands. He's doing rap
What
hands.
the fuck?
And then he's reeling in a bass or whatever, and it's literally just going back and forth between the two.
Do you guys remember, like,
Dude,
3
he's
years
doing
ago,
the like. Oh.
Do you guys remember like 3 or 4 years ago? We were like, man, I wish we knew we could be rappers when we were younger.
Yeah,
we were
right.
He had that thought and just did it. Because he's our age. I mean, that dude's 40.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know anything about this dude. For the record, it looks like he was, created in a lab.
my
by
God,
Nashville.
dude.
That guy played
record label.
college basketball for a Division II school. He had 3 black friends on the team. who
Oh
let
my
him listen to rap.
god!
That's my theory.
See, now he's playing basketball in the video.
He's a solid 6'2". He's
This-
a good-looking dude.
By
He's
the
a very
way,
good
if
looking
Rocky
dude.
Dale Davis's career doesn't go any better than it already is, this is what he's going to be doing.
I feel like
No
Rocky
doubt
could
about
smash this shit.
He would.
Rocky would include more restaurants too. Like that's the thing. This offends Rocky because this is his culture.
Yeah.
Also, where's the bitches?
That's true. Ain't bitch one in this.
This is
No.
for women. This is absolutely look at the way he's
He's
dressed
got
and
a
everything.
piece of fucking weed in his mouth now. Doing rap hands with weed in his mouth, dude.
There's no women in the video, so every woman can imagine that they belong in the video.
I mean, I agree with you completely about that.
That's the flag!
American flag rippling in the wind, back to rap hands.
He's
Like,
rapping in one of those like LL Bean
Yeah.
puffy vests.
right. Yes. It's just.
Oh, he's in
now
a
on
tractor, guys.
He's driving a tractor. Well, actually, he's just sitting in a tractor. Back to rap hands. Tractor, rap hands, flag, rap hands. Like, dude.
Do you think if we could get all of Black America to watch this, they'd stop wearing Timberlands?
No,
Corey,
it would
I
not
don't know
hit
about
for
that
them.
face.
No.
Is it starting to hit for you a little?
No. Hell no.
Well,
But-
first I thought you were going like, "Oh no, it's catchy." It
But
is
this
catchy.
just seems like, I mean, the video especially, the video puts it over the top for like, it seems like self-parody to me. Like, to me, as someone who hates this shit so much, this seems like something made up to make fun of it. But knowing that it isn't, and it's beloved, and it fucking hits so hard for people, is just mind-boggling.
I've figured out how I feel about it.
Okay.
First off, I'll say this. If that had been just strictly an Applebee's commission with all that context, I'll be like, well, they fucking nailed it. Like, that's
Yeah.
perfect. Like,
Right.
I am not mad that this guy did this song. I am mad that it is unironically popular with a lot of people.
Right.
Like,
I
I'm not,
agree.
I look at this guy and I think, or whoever wrote it, he probably didn't write it.
I'm sure he didn't write
But
it.
I look
think
at
he
whoever,
did.
I look at whoever
I
did
think This
this.
dude's in a new lane here, guys.
Well,
I think
maybe
this guy
listed
actually
as one
made
of
pop
he's
country
listed as
rap.
one of the writers.
'Cause I'll
There's
tell you-
four
This guy
writers,
made
and he's
pop
listed
country
as one
rap
of them.
work.
Because, well, my point is that, like, from a purely commercial standpoint and just an artist standpoint or whatever, I think of the premise and I go, okay, the premise is I'm fancy, like, insert things that aren't fancy here.
Trash.
I'm just a regular. That concept's awesome. I like that. Honestly, the examples aren't necessarily that bad. Number one, it definitely was, and I can respect this from a look. I can be this way. I'm not gonna say I'm not. That dude was definitely like, I'm finna get a check from Applebee's.
Dude, it's
Or
not
like-
just Applebee's. It's the thing. It's like if you read the lyrics, it's like
yeah, it's all
it's like
branded.
that was built into it somehow.
yeah.
Where, meaning
I
like
hate shit
the,
like
the
that.
amount of product placement in this is fucking insane. Wendy's,
Yeah.
Frosty, Applebee's, Oreo, Natty Light, Tesla,
Yeah.
Vest, but he says
No,
we
again-
don't need no Tesla.
Well, there's like
Vespa,
a
I know there's more in here. Skull, Victoria's Secret.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's a-
Maybelline.
there's
Yeah.
a
like all
common like,
throughout.
criticism trope of like, oh, you're not writing music, you're just writing jingles for Apple or
Right.
whatever, you know. And this dude and the people behind him were like, "Yeah, all
That's
right,
literally
what it
good
is,
idea."
yeah.
I guess my point is, for the first time ever, I'm mad, but not at the person doing the thing. I'm mad that the thing that the person did is
Works.
hits for pay. Yeah, because like
Right.
again, like it does, and I have a feeling that me and this dude could probably. I have a really good feeling that this dude knows exactly how dumb that shit is. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Jamie Johnson wrote "Honky Tonk Badonkadonk." Let's not fucking forget that.
Yeah,
But
but
I
then
do.
he made somebody else sing it.
That's true. That's dude. Again. I'm only playing devil's advocate because I'm like trying not to. Because like Trae said at first, like, oh, it's almost hack at this point for us to shit on this thing. But I'm like, fucking Lord, like I don't know. Maybe there's a world where this guy's like, oh, I'm not a country singer. Like he would admit that. but god damn, man, that shit was fucking rough, bro. That
It
shit.
reminded me of Southern Drawl,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Alabama song.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Actually, I thought that's what Trae was talking about when he brought that up. And that one's almost worse because at least with this guy, I go, well, maybe this is what he's all about. With Alabama, it was a betrayal. You know what I mean? Because, like, I know this ain't what y'all do. Like, of course, y'all are country singers, probably unvaxxed assholes. But, like, come on, baby. Like, we know what y'all are capable of. Y'all are just going, well, we know we do have the talent to do a great thing, but we are going to strictly pander. I guess with this song too, he don't say anything. He uses the American flag in like the background or whatever, but all his like country trigger words are at least not like guns, God, troops, blah. So I'm like, whatever. Let him have this one because the other ones that I really hate are so much worse.
I'm not qualified to even pose this question, much less comment on it, but I'm curious because I said something about it a minute ago, and now I'm sitting here thinking about it. And this kind of gets to your point, Corey, about giving this guy this one. He didn't invent rapping in country, but like,
Sure.
As far as pop, I ain't heard it that I don't want to say good. I haven't heard it work yet.
It's catchy as fuck, dude.
That worked.
Yeah. I mean, it's
is he like the best country rapper?
I don't know. I don't know if that's his thing. I don't know if he always does that. Maybe he has other, pop country songs where he just like sings about coolers and shit,
Yeah,
but like,
right.
I have no idea because this is my introduction to him. But like I said, like it's also just to me like I don't know. Again, I know it's hack of us, but I'm still doing it because this song is just wild to me. That like
he's 41.
I'm not just saying what I said earlier. I'm not bullshitting when I say that. When I first heard it, again, I think this is an Applebee's ad.
Yeah.
Song they've commissioned.
Which would be good.
I did not realize that it was even supposed to be a country song at first. Halfway through it, it clicked in my head. I was like, oh no, this is one of those things. Oh my God. But at first, I just thought it was really, really, really bad white rapping. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
And then I realized it was, but I'm saying it's like, it's just, the point is, it is just so wild to me what country music be now.
No,
like,
and
it is
I'll tell
wild.
you, I'll tell you
we
what.
talked about before about the whole, it pulls shit from other popular genres. So it makes all the sense in the world that it's like rap now or whatever from a commercial standpoint. I get the logic of all of that, but and also rap was huge starting with our generation and fucking the white trash South. All that makes sense to me. It's still just kind of wild.
Well, not only that, I'll tell you this, it kind of like it can be a trigger for me, like hearing this being called country music can be depressing. And when I get depressed, I think the best thing that you should do is go to talkspace.com.
Yes,
look, we like to say no big, guys. We all do. Oh, it's fine. I'm a man from the South. I listen to country music. I wear jeans. I dip. It's no problem. But little things can really add up, and suppressing emotion only gets you so far. We've definitely always thought like, oh, don't worry about it. It's just my brain. I'll fix that. I'll just pull myself up by my bootstraps. That ain't how it goes, guys. Needing help doesn't mean something's wrong with you. It means you're human. It means you're a human being. Getting unbiased feedback and advice from a licensed professional can be refreshing and actually rewarding. We all need some help sometimes, and asking for support when you really need it is a sign of strength. And that's why we're here to tell you about our friends at Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to match with a licensed therapist and schedule live video sessions, all from the comfort of your device, your computer, whatever it is you got. And in these times, that's very, very, very important because well, it's a nightmare out there. You can start messaging your therapist the same day that you sign up. Talkspace offers individual and couples therapy. We've all been locked in the house for 2 years with that special someone. Maybe it's time you talked about it. In addition to medication, prescription services, set goals with your therapist. Guys, Talkspace therapists help you develop tools and cope in difficult times. You can send and receive unlimited messages with your dedicated therapist in the app. Thousands of licensed therapists are available for you to match with. So do it today. Talkspace therapists are experts in dozens of specialties because we are all little boxes of chocolates, including anxiety, depression, relationships, and more. That's just the Corey Forster starter package. Hey! Start feeling better with a single message. Match with a licensed therapist when you go to Talkspace.com and get $100 off your first month. Oh, look at this. Promo code right there. WellRED, WellRED. That's $100 off when you use WellRED at Talkspace.com.
Yes, thank you, Talkspace. Also, listen, we're all adults here. Some of us choose to use nicotine to relax, focus, or just unwind. I'm one of those people. Lucy Nicotine is a company that was created to help nicotine users find a cleaner option and feel better about the ways in which they consume nicotine. Their latest product is slim nicotine pouches, which contain pure synthetic nicotine and provide the same satisfaction that nicotine users expect without any tobacco at all. Lucy Slim pouches use the newest technology for synthesizing pure nicotine in the lab. None of the tobacco, all of the satisfaction. Lucy Slim pouches include both coconut oil and gum base to provide a soft, fluffy texture that enhances the flavor and does not dry out your mouth. They come in 3 strengths, 4, 8, and 12 milligrams, and 3 exclusive and delicious flavors: spearmint, mango, and cool cider. I'm a mango man myself. I'm all about that fruity shit. Y'all know how your boy be. Also, I just love these things because the discretion that they offer, I say it every time, but it's true. When vaping first came out, I was like, all right, hell, I can do this in a movie theater, airplane, whatever. But society outlawed that hit real fast. But they can't do shit about Lucy Slim pouches, and that's what hits about them for me, among the flavors and all the other, the convenience and all the other aspects as well. So here's what you do, WellRED listeners. You go to lucy.co and use the promo code RED, that's R-E-D, to get 20% off your order of Lucy Slim pouches or any other Lucy products. That's lucy.co and use the promo code RED, R-E-D, at checkout. Also, I'm legally required to give this disclaimer. Warning, this product contains non-tobacco nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical, and I would add, which hits. Lucy.co, and be sure to use the promo code RED. And we thank them for sponsoring the podcast. All right.
This podcast is also brought to you by WellREDComedy.com. What a great website. WellRED comedy.com, which is, of course, where you can go find where we're going to be, when we're going to be there, tickets to our shows, sign up for our newsletter so you'll know when we're going to be coming to your city, and maybe it's not on the website. You can also browse there, see some of our sketches and all sorts of things that we've done. And we'd love to see you out there on the road. WellREDComedy.com. Skew.
Art.
Corey.
Anyways, yeah, that video really depressed me. I just needed to say that.
You said something. You were trying to play devil's advocate, and you was like, I bet this dude's self-aware. He definitely is. I just looked up his Wikipedia. I don't know if this is going to help either of you or make it worse. We'll see. But
it's already helping me.
He's been a songwriter in Nashville. He signed his first deal with Mercury Records in 2005. They dropped him, and he moved to Capitol. His first single was called Pants. That was released in 2010.
Pants?
Should have gone with jeans. Am I right, boys?
He also appeared on an episode of 19 Kids and Counting, singing a song he wrote about Jill and her now husband Derek's proposal. 19 Kids and Counting is one of those Quiverful shows. This motherfucker has 7 kids. It's very possible we're dealing with one of those Quiverful weirdos. Anyway,
what's Quiverful?
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Is that
a new cue?
Part of your religion. It's those people who have
be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah,
the Duggars were Quiverful.
Yeah. Hey, in my religion, I've got to come in you a lot.
All the time. You got to stay your ass pregnant or go to hell.
Leave me. Listen, it's what God wants me
Well,
to nut
but,
up inside them
to
guts,
be
bro.
fair-
As per my religion, the thing I look for most in a woman is that she just be a silent cum dump. That's
Yes.
what my God tells
Baby
me.
Bank.
I think
Who
that's in
don't
Matthew.
talk and wash his dishes.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's definitely in Matthew. Every Matthew I've ever
Thus
known felt that
speaketh
way.
the Lord.
Yeah.
To be fair, like as y'all know, I'm Bible dumb, but as I understand it, I mean, hell, Catholics also be that way. Like,
Yeah, they can't use
a lot
birth
of them-
control.
say
A lot
don't
of
use
them be
protection.
truthful and multiplying. Philip Rivers, he's like Southern
But-
Catholic. He's got 94 kids or whatever.
Oh, is he Catholic?
Yeah, he's
he
got
is.
6, I think. But here's the thing:
He's an Alabama
Catholics are like,
Catholic, which is wild.
Then why don't he cuss?
God damn it! I'm trying to tell
he-
y'all something. There's a huge difference between I'm not going to use a condom, and I had 6 kids, and I'm supposed to keep getting you pregnant. Thus said, like 19 and 6. Like I'm
I
not a math
agree, but
doctor.
this dude is
Huge
sick.
difference though.
This dude is he
He's
ain't
on
19.
number 7. I'm
Right.
saying
I
it's
mean, it
possible
does take
he
a
went
while to
that
get there.
show voluntarily.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel
Well,
like
though,
it could be
that
one.
don't hit for me. I thought you
I
said
know.
this is you were about. I thought you said you were going to make this guy hit for me.
I said
Right.
I might make him hit for you, and I might not, because he's the fact that he's a songwriter, and 10
Well, he
years
does
later, he
fuck
came
a
up with
lot.
this idea. But he does fuck a lot.
His
Yeah,
wife
but-
hushes and makes tater tot casserole. This guy's
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah.
That's actually their next kid's name is Tater Tot Casserole.
Well,
Where-
after you got to come up with something original after 12, you know.
Well, especially
God.
for a songwriter, it's a lot of pressure.
Huh? You know, now that I think about it, the fact that no one of, or is that why Jesus had to keep giving all his disciples different names? Like, you'd think at least one of them disciples, 2 of them disciples would be named the same. You know what I'm saying?
I think 2 of them were.
Were they?
Weren't there 2 Peters?
Yeah, you might be right.
And if Jesus was involved,
Well,
there's 2
he
Peters.
stayed.
Yeah.
He stayed renaming motherfuckers, and maybe that was why it got too confusing. Like when Jesus was writing the screenplay, he
Yeah.
was like, "We gotta look. I know your name is Saul. We already got a Saul, so you're Paul now. Okay."
I have no idea.
Well, I don't either. I'm just saying,
No,
like,
I mean about any of this. Jesus changed people's names. He give them
Uh,
like rap names.
so,
but
like,
except for
yeah,
the Lord,
yeah, like
your
Saul.
Bible
So
name- like,
Saul.
what's my
his.
Bible name? Jesus.
Yeah, no, that's
Your-
true. Your
Your
Christian name.
Ezekiel or whatever.
Yeah. So Saul was this dude who
Tired of this goddamn
loved.
desert name. Trying
Yeah.
to make me a Bible name.
He loved to murder Christians, which
Favorite
his
shit.
yeah,
It was
dude.
his favorite
He-
shit. Like,
dude.
it's literally his whole identity.
Saul and the Saul Paul thing is one of those like the classic example of the Bible where you're
Better
like,
than
I
Prince, dude.
love their early work, yeah, a lot. But yeah, he stayed murdering Christians and stuff, and then he like God,
It was literally his job, Trae.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
He literally
Yeah, well, I
found
know
somebody
that
to
was a
pay him
job
to
back
do
then.
it.
Yeah.
yeah. And so he
Beat up
he's
the lines and shit.
yeah, oh yeah, and he was
I'm
the
good for
fucking
that.
and he was the best at it. He was and
He was the Michael Jordan of murdering Christians.
yeah, he was so good. And so God then
Surely some Muslim has taken that title, you know.
oh yeah, for sure. Well, God, well, this
I mean,
did,
like in the Crusades, but I realize
Yeah,
that's
yeah, for
super
sure.
insensitive, like
Yeah.
now too. So that I probably ought not said that. I was trying
Yeah.
to make a Crusades joke, god damn it. But anyway,
they definitely got done more all at once. But so Paul would like kill a shit ton of Christians, and that didn't hit for God, you know. And so God was like, he blinded him. Am I right, Drew?
He made him blind.
He
You're
made
on
him
the right
blind,
path,
and then Paul had to walk to Damascus blind, and then
Don't
there.
hurt.
No, hell no. And then there he found the Lord who made him see again. And then I guess immediately Saul was like, "Oh, damn, I
My
shouldn't have killed all them." And then God was like, "Now your name is Paul."
And then he wrote almost every book of the New Testament that is not one of the Gospels. So just think about
From
the type
prison.
of psychopath you have to be to murder a bunch of people and then go tell them how to live their religion.
He's like the
Yeah.
ex-smoker of the Lord back then. You know, like ex-smokers are the most fervent
Yes.
anti-smoking people. Always
Yeah.
like they smoke their whole life, then they finally stop, and then they just become
Yeah.
real
Bitches.
maniacal about it. He did that, but with the Lord and
Yeah,
murder.
pretty much.
But in
Yeah.
reverse, he started
Huge piece of
smoking the
shit.
Lord and then wanted everybody to. He's like that annoying kid in college who smokes weed for the first time and then thinks you have to every fucking event you do.
Yeah.
Except he was killing people.
Yeah.
But he stopped killing the people, and his
Yeah.
weed was the Lord.
He stopped killing
He used to
people.
be cool when he was killing people. Then he
Yeah.
started smoking the Lord.
One
and
could.
everybody else had to smoke the Lord too. Now.
Yeah, he
Or they didn't
got.
have for-
Man,
Yeah,
he
I
got
get it.
tired
honestly
of.
making
I'm
him sound
learning
too
this
cool.
Bible shit.
He got
Hell, it
tired
makes
of
sense to
being.
me.
Lord would be rad.
Yeah, he got tired of killing people one at a time, and so he decided to sit down and write the Bible.
Yeah.
You know, so he could just take out just so many at
dude.
once.
Many people, yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
the story of him losing his eyes and gaining them back, he wrote that. So,
Yeah.
He also, to be fair, probably wrote the story about him murdering everybody. I think he was just a fucking nerd in retrospect.
Yeah,
Fuck
I
Paul.
think it's fair to say that one of the
Trying
guys
to make
that
himself
wrote.
sound like a badass.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that a lot of the guys that like actually wrote the Bible were lunatic bags
He
of
sounds
shit.
a little bit like a Danny McBride character, like walking to a church. I used to murder you guys, but
Yeah.
then I found the Lord, and now
Yeah.
I'm going to be cool with y'all and tell you not to kiss each other. That's gross.
Depending on the tone, a show about this time period of Paul would be like a 6-episode miniseries of this. Like honestly, tonally, like Danny McBride would be pretty fucking rad.
It would be.
Like, because that's a point that I've never thought about, but you're right. It's like, goddamn, he literally his job was to murder them, and then he saw their guy, and then now he's like telling them how to live their life.
He's the biggest asshole in the world. And
in the whole world.
He's inarguably more influential on American Christian culture than Jesus is.
For sure, because he wrote all that. He wrote all the bad stuff too. Like a
He
lot
wrote
of
all
them.
the don'ts. Jesus,
Yeah,
loved
right.
He's the one that came up
everybody.
with gays don't hit.
He did, in the New Testament.
Well, perfected it. I wouldn't say.
There you go.
Yeah,
He
In the
like
perfected the
Chick-fil-A, we
form.
didn't invent the chicken
Yeah.
sandwich. We just
Yeah,
perfected it. Like
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
Yeah.
gays don't hit have been around, I guess, even by
Yeah.
now.
bro.
Every reference to gays in the New Testament is from Paul. Now, a
So
lot of
maybe he
scholars
was-
would argue they're actually talking about pedophiles. Who knows? Maybe Paul had one good idea, and then they fucked that up.
He was a dickhead. He didn't hit.
They didn't hit.
There's like a phrase that involves that whole Damascus thing, right?
Probably.
Something like road to Damascus, like your own personal something about road
Oh,
to
yeah.
Damascus
On the road
or
to
something like that.
It's like your cross to
What?
bear.
Paul,
that-
like Paul on the
'Cause
road to Damascus.
I've never known what that meant. I knew it was
I
like
think
Bible
it's-
adjacent, but I've never known what
Just
it
by
meant.
context, I would say it's like that.
And I
Like
still don't.
when you're giving your testimony, like everybody knows what a testimony is. That's you go up in front of the church and you're like, this is what I used to do, and here's what I do now. The road to Damascus, I think, is like when you're at your rock bottom as you're finding Jesus. Am I wrong? Like that would be. So like if I was, my own personal
Paul on
road.
the road to Damascus.
I've
had
looked it
corona,
up.
and I
Yeah.
didn't know it. And then by some miracle, they told me I didn't have it, so I was able to fly to California and kill.
According
kids
to
instead of
Google, road to Damascus experiences are those in which a person has a sudden insight that radically changes their belief. So it's like an epiphany that you have.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
and
yeah,
it says it doesn't, while originally used in a spiritual context, the phrase also refers to other types of sudden conversion.
Yeah,
So it's just like, like a light bulb. It's like a light bulb,
light bulb
moment,
moment. Yeah,
but
yeah,
for the Lord.
yeah.
Except it don't have to be for the Lord. It originated with the Lord.
Yeah.
I just had a road to Damascus moment involving cheese. I want to talk to y'all about this. I actually think we might have talked about this before, but if we did, it was a really long time
About
ago.
cheese, I bet.
Yeah. So I know we've talked about how disappointed I was to find that authentic Mexican food does not include the usage of runny white, right? Long time grievance of mine. As a reminder for the listeners, runny white is that runny white cheese dip. Runny white. If you ever eat white trash Mexican food for white trash people, like if you're from the South or the Midwest, or whatever, you ever get that white trash Mexican, then you know about runny white. And I grew up on the Mexican food for white trash people, not the more authentic shit. And runny white,
every head
that
must
was my
bow.
murdering Christians.
Mm-hmm.
It was.
Hey,
It was runny white for me. Like that was my shit. I was
almost
about
killed
that
Mama.
life.
Mhm.
And then came out here and found out that they don't have that. I know I've talked about that before. So I still have a void and a cheese filled or cheese sized void in me that I can't fill with any other.
Oh,
type
I know
of
where you're
cheese.
going right now, and I'm excited.
Well, so
Because you texted me the other day.
you texted me, and because it seems to me every time. I'm sure it's not every time because I'm sure
no,
eat
it's
it
not
every
every time.
third day. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But
No, it's every time. I've been
pretty
doing better this year.
regularly, pretty regularly, whenever Corey eats runny white, he makes sure to text me to let me know how much it hits and that I can't have any because I'm 2,000 miles away or whatever. Because that's how he be. And he did that the other night, and I was like, God damn it. And I was like a little bit high, so I got on Amazon Prime Now or Amazon Fresh, whatever it's called. And well, first of all, I got on the internet and looked up a recipe to make my own runny white, and then I ordered the ingredients and made my own runny white. And I've since made 2 batches, and like it ain't exactly it, but it's close enough to it that I can tell that it's like. Also, I looked up multiple different recipes for runny white, and they are all basically the same. And I've tried it, and it ain't exactly right, but it's like you can tell it's in the ballpark. It's an approximation of runny white. And so I feel confident in saying, do you all know what runny white is?
Okay. So, okay.
Because I find it pretty hilarious.
Okay.
Is
Well,
it just like powdered milk?
No.
Okay, I'll tell you right now that I don't know what it is, but I will tell you what I was told I was as a kid, and I'm just now remembering this. It's like, why would anyone have ever thought that? Everyone at our church, because we used to go to the Mexican restaurant after church every time, because that's the only one there was. And all the older men, as kids, we'd be like, what kind of, because that was the only place we could get this magical, we'd all had cheese before, so you just telling us this is cheese isn't really helping us out, because it's different than all the other times I've got cheese.
That's what Corey was like an annoying kid about. No, tell more
exactly.
info about this.
Oh, dude, I was exactly that kid. But anyways, I was just like, what? How is it so good? Why is it? And they all said that it was goat's cheese. That's
what we were always told too.
Really?
I also was always told that that was what made it so special. And
that's stupid, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Trae, before you do your reveal, here's a real quick story that I meant to tell y'all last week. Mama been sick. We're gonna get back to runny white, I promise.
Right after you blew her birthday candles out.
Mama's been sick. She's been like having like weird seizures. We thought she had a stroke. She went to the hospital. There were some like scary times. They think it's just a new version of her migraines. They're just like evolving and the stress, blah, blah, blah. I'm bringing this up because one of her triggers, she knows, is dairy. So I don't know what's in runny white, but I hope it's not dairy because my mom has nearly stroked out for runny white twice since the last time she's been in the hospital. My dad gets so mad. She goes down to Wartburg. He's not with her. She goes to the Mexican restaurant and gets runny white, knowing that she will get a migraine that night. She's dying for runny white out here in these streets.
Yeah.
Well, it definitely involves dairy.
It is worth it.
You know how the consistency is pretty thin. Well, it's thinned out with milk, according to all the recipes I found, just milk. But it is essentially, there's green chilies in it or whatever, and there's like garlic powder and some garlic salt and some cumin, like spices and whatnot. And it's thinned out with milk, but it is essentially just melted white American cheese.
Hell yeah.
That is it. Which it almost sounds like they made that up as a joke, like to make fun of us.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
like,
white Americans in a bowl.
Yeah, right. It's like because this food, again, this is like the version of Mexican food for white trash people in white trash places. And it's like, and so that fucking ambrosia cheese dip that we all lose our minds over is literally just melted white American cheese. Like it could not be less off.
It's also that
Mexican or whatever, and it's just like milk. These fucking fat fucks will eat.
They'll eat it.
It's also the perfect example of America, whereas like you look at it and you're like, golly, how stupid and shitty and dumb and poor, and it's almost like they're making fun of us, and this is so trashy. But then it's like, give it to anybody and be like, do it hit though, hit though. You know, like make fun of guns, jet skis, fucking your cousin. Do it hit though.
Yeah. Mama ain't here fucking dying for a salad. I tell you that right now.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but it's just because it's like, you know, like Rotel dip, right? Velveeta and Rotel. And
the absolute number one seed.
Yeah.
Number one seed NFL Sunday dip.
Party dip. Absolutely. I agree completely.
Some wings and some dudes just fucking killing each other over the middle. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Every head must bow, every tongue must profess when it comes to, but it's like, you know, Velveeta is like, it's even more of a like made in a lab fucking concoction than regular American cheese. But Velveeta is like the meltinest version of American cheese. American cheese is like Kraft singles, the shit you melt on cheeseburgers or whatnot. So I'm saying it's like Runny White is just like it's not exactly white Velveeta, but it's like pretty close to being white Velveeta. You can get like high quality white American cheese, and I did, and it does hit, but it's just I don't know. It's just so Raven.
They do. Does Velveeta make a queso blanco version?
They do.
Yeah. Have you tried it? Does it hit?
I haven't tried that for the. I have absolutely used queso blanco to make like rotel and shit, and guess what? It hits.
Yeah. Okay.
You should try it with your recipe though, right?
Do what?
But you should try it with your new recipe. That's what you're getting. You should, right?
I should. I feel like I know what it'll taste like because I'm pretty versed in Velveeta now. Like I think I could, and it is a little different. But I'm just saying
like when
it's
you
not
eat
that far off,
country,
really.
Like, well, that's good, but
yeah.
All right. The 12 disciples' names. There is a repeat. I want to go through them though because something Trae was joking on. We might get a riff out of this. This is pretty great. The 12 disciples are Peter, James, John, Andrew, Bartholomew or Nathaniel.
Yeah.
James the Lesser.
Listen, we all know other James is the one that hits. All right. Like,
and this is Jesus.
We're going to make sure every new person you meet knows. Yeah. Like no one's ever going to have any question about which of these two Jameses hits.
Judas.
They're going to immediately that it ain't you. Everybody needs to know that you do not hit when compared to this other James.
Like fucking
Jesus did that.
Jesus did that, bro.
Dave Chappelle is Prince. Come in, James.
Yeah.
Not you, lesser James.
And what sucks for that dude is he's like, you can't. What's he gonna do? Prove to Jesus that Jesus is wrong about him being less? Like if Jesus says you're the lesser James, guess what? You're forever.
You're lesser James
in the Bible. I assume.
What would Jesus do? Roast your ass, James. That's what he'd do.
Fuck you, James.
You ain't shit, James.
Oh, ain't shit, James. That's what Jesus. That was Jesus' backup name for him. This is James over here. We got ain't shit, James.
Oh man, I bet he hated fucking Judas. I bet he tried to warn Jesus about Judas every day. Jesus, James, you ain't shit.
Have you met my disciple? Ain't shit, James.
Oh man! All right. It doesn't get better, but I do need to keep going because there's other tiny hits. There's Judas, and then Jude. Now imagine if you was Jude and Judas did that, and everybody kept getting
right.
Man,
they definitely would. Yeah, it wasn't me.
It was Judas, you fucking idiots. All right, God. Matthew or Levi. Now, how is it? That's too far apart names.
Yeah, I don't know why he changed them at all. Like, none of that makes sense. I mean, like, with Paul and Saul, it's like, oh, really, Paul? Saul, did Jesus change your name, or were you running from some Samaritans and because you just murdered everybody?
Well, in that vein, their names would make more sense than his. Like, if you're wanted as Matthew and you go by Levi, I get it. If you're wanted by Paul and you're like...
Yeah, it's like I was about to say, he's got a fake mustache on. Like, no, I never heard of Saul. I'm Paul. What are you talking about?
This is not a spoiler because it's literally just a name, but like that's
also it's from the Bible.
No.
He's gonna watch that fucking Mel Gibson movie later. Don't tell him.
No, matter of fact, I just won't even say what character it is. That way, it definitely spoiled. But that exactly what y'all just said and did is a joke in Shang-Chi.
Oh, all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, the joke I'm thinking of now, I can't say. So
yeah. But yeah, man. This is some biblical. Jesus stayed. Go ahead.
3 more. There's 3 more, and one's worth hearing. Philip Thomas and Simon the Zealot.
Ooh.
It's fucking Jesus is calling you a zealot. You
damn. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe like break, Simon.
Jesus is like, hey, so I'm Jesus.
A game?
A game?
That must be something I opened. One of my
What's this COVID, Drew? I think another one of your. Are y'all just hearing old football games that I played in? With you, it's like with your CT, it's kind of like holding your ear up to a fucking seashell. You just start
Pull up my
hearing,
football helmet.
yeah, can he play? God damn it, can he play?
It was an ESPN tab. Thank God.
What the fuck was I saying? Oh yeah. Like Jesus is sitting there, like, what was the zealot's name?
Simon, right?
Simon, like Jesus, even when he's in, like when he was making that the last dinner reservation it was that he made, he was just like, I'm Jesus, from the religion, and this is Peter, and this is fucking Simon. This guy, listen, he follows me, but he's not really with us. You know what I'm saying? Like he's gonna say some wild shit. Sit him at the other end of the table. Hey, Leonardo, will you draw him last just in case?
You guys ever heard that game Simon Says? Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
He's the one always saying shit.
Yeah.
I would love to see Larry David as Jesus doing that.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking Simon. Okay, we get it.
Okay.
We get it.
He's my stepdad.
I'm the one who's got to die. So why don't you let me say what the rules are, Simon? Fucking prick.
Larry David as Jesus, just at the Last Supper, dealing with the waiter when he's supposed to be doing some other stuff, like Jesus stuff. That would be really funny to see.
I don't want to make a big deal, but like I'm gonna die tomorrow, so.
Oh, you're acting like it's your last meal. Yeah, that would be great. But yeah, man, Trae, I forgot that we need to do this more.
Just tell Trae about the Bible.
Tell Trae stuff about the
Bible. Yeah, you should.
Yeah, because that was really, 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 really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of really, really, really fun, we're going to be in Raleigh, North Carolina this weekend at Good Nights Comedy Club. I'm told that the early Saturday show is sold out on 9/11.
Hey.
But hey, yeah, so not all bad. But tickets for the other shows are available. You go to WellREDcomedy.com. That is WellRED comedy. Aint-Shit James.
Aint-Shit James gonna be there. He's gonna come through and do 5.
WellREDcomedy.com is where you can get the tickets to the shows. Also, hey, if you're not out and about going to shows, you can also sign up for Trae Crowder's Patreon. It's at patreon.com/Trae Crowder. You can also subscribe to our newsletter so that you'll know when we're coming to you. Because, I know, and look, it's fine. It gets frustrating, but there's a lot of people that will put the tour list up and they'll be like, why the fuck aren't you coming to? This is bullshit. Insert city here. And it's like, well, if you look at the end,
Cincinnati.
Well, I was about to say, if you look at the end of this, it's not like those are the. Do you see every date for the whole year on there? No, it ends at January 16th. We're going to add more. I promise you, we're going to add more. It's just been wild. If you can imagine trying to book stuff right now, just go to WellREDcomedy.com. We can't wait to see you out there. Listen to Bubba Shot the Podcast, the 90s country comedy podcast that has taken the world by storm, and of course, Evening Skews, Into the Abyss, everything in the, dare I say, Skewniverse?
The Skewniverse. I like it.
Yeah. So we love you, and thank you all for listening to the WellRED Show. We'd love to stick around longer, but we got to go. And tune in next week if you got nothing to do. Thank you. God bless you. Good night and skew.
Ski-wee.
They're the liberal rednecks. They like cornbread, but sex they care way too much, but don't give a fuck. They're the liberal rednecks that makes some people upset, but they got 3 big old dicks that you can suck.